Okay, so I was going to come to you with a whole different thing I wanted to talk about, which I probably still will. But I want to just explain why the internet is a nightmare for someone like me who has raging ADD. So, what I want to come and talk to you about is here's the main thing I want to talk to you about. These neighbors I have that always put up these inflatable, I don't know, inflatables for holidays and stuff like that. Okay, so So that's the thing. So then I want to leave this, whatever. I want to leave this on a thing so I'm not all moving it around. Anyway, so that was the main thing. In telling you about them, I was going to talk to you about how they maybe have become my frenemy. And then I just was like, what the hell? I'm going to look up that word, frenemy. So I go to Wikipedia. And this is why the internet is, I love the internet. It is my pride and joy. I find so much information on Google and or Wikipedia. So I look up frenemy, and it says that this word has been around since 1953. It also says, I took some notes here, folks. It also says that it's, and I also clicked the pronunciation on this word because I think I would have accented it wrong. It's also, that word frenemy is a portmanteau. A portman, a portmanteau. A portmanteau. I want to say portmanteau. A portmanteau. A portmanteau. That's what it is. A portmanteau. Portmanteau. That's what it is. A portmanteau. That's what the lady said. Portmanteau. The man is what's accented there. So anyway, it's a portmanteau. There, perfect. Which means that it's two words in one. Like brunch was a portmanteau that it's just a word now. We just know it. So anyway, so then it says, like, in this portmanteau section, actually, Wikipedia is a portmanteau because wiki and encyclopedia. And I was like, oh, like wiki is actually a word or whatever. So then I look at wiki, and it says, whatever, it's a website that you can access and change and everything. So then it says wiki is, people have taken that and kind of made a bacronym for it. I'm like, are you kidding me here? So I'm like, bacronym, what's that? And it's like, for wiki, it was like, what I know is, or something. What I know is, WIKI. But then I'm like, a bacronym? What's a bacronym? So that's like when you take, an acronym is when you have letters that stand for words. Like the Chicago Independent Radio Project. That's the name of an organization I'm involved in, which, by the way, has a record fair coming up, the 18th and the 19th. I can tell you more about that later. Anyway, so Chicago Independent Radio Project. That's already the entity that exists. But when you shorten it, when you give it an acronym, it becomes CHIRP. Well, bacronym is when you take a word or letters, a thing that is already its own entity, and you make up something that you make up words that might stand for. So then I'm looking at the entry for bacronym in Wikipedia, and then there's like a little, like, how they have a little outline in Wikipedia, and then it's like 12-step programs. And I'm like, what? 12-step programs? So I click on that thing, and I'm like, do you see this? Like, I don't even get to, like, tell you the story about the people and the inflatables and the frenemies, because I'm like, what in the hell? So then I get where they're going with this, because I actually know what they're talking about. And they're like, actually, in 12-step programs, they're kind of known for bacronyms, which we kind of are. So it's like God, which is its own word, right? God's just a word. And it's like, God, they say stands for, like, group of drunks, or good orderly direction, or denial is don't even know I'm lying, or fine, and they don't put this in Wikipedia, but this is the best one, is fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. It says something else, like, I don't know what the F they said was, but that's what it is. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Well, you know what FINE stands for, someone will say to you. Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. So anyway, so these are bacronyms. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And by the way, people in 12-step programs, some people can get crazy with the bacronyms. Like they'll tell you, like there's one for relationship. I never can remember what it is, but relationship. There's like one for that whole word. It's like, anyway, so yeah, this all came from me looking up the word frenemy on Wikipedia. Okay, so I'm done with my notes here that I just was looking at, written on the back of an old Enterprise rental car receipt. So the reason why I wanted to call these people my frenemies, so if you don't know what a frenemy is, it's a friend and an enemy. It's either an enemy who looks like your enemy but secretly is kind of your friend, or friend, someone who looks like your friend but is kind of your enemy. I often say that Walgreens is my frenemy because I just was there tonight. Actually, I'm enjoying like some Kit Kat. Here's a perfect example of why Walgreens is my frenemy. 3 for 3, okay? 3 for 3. And Walgreens is especially shitty about this because at Jewel, when you have the preferred card, they'll say 10 for 10. And I finally had to remember to convince myself, like, you don't have to buy 10 of those items. They'll still each be $1 a piece. But not at Walgreens. Like, this was like whatever, I don't remember what the price of one of these a piece was, like $1.29. So if I buy one of these, it's $1.29. But if I buy 3 of these bad boys, then they're $1 a piece. Delish. So anyway, see, you're a friend. That's why Walgreens is a friend of me. It sucks me in and makes me buy things. It doesn't make me buy things, but I have a money problem. I have a shopping problem. Anyway, but Walgreens is close to me, and so it has things I need. So it's my friend, but it's my enemy because I go in there and I spend money that I shouldn't. And it also is my enemy because like tampons and shampoo and all that stuff cost much less at Target, but I don't live as close to a Target. So sometimes it's just easier to get my stuff at Walgreens. That's a friend of me. So these people put up these inflatables. They have an inflatable for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter. They have this like 4th of July dude that they put up for Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Veterans Day. They have a Bears dude. They have a pumpkin and a scary tree. They have Christmas, obviously, a snow globe and a Santa. They have, I'm wondering if I'm missing any major holidays here. Like, if there's a holiday, they have a fucking inflatable for it, okay? I have pictures. I have a Flickr set. I've taken pictures of every inflatable. When I first lived here, I was like, oh, whatever, because I hate inflatables. I'm sorry, I just can't stand them. But, like, when they would put one up for, like, St. Patrick's Day, I was always, like, shocked. I was like, oh, wow, like, St. Patrick's Day, who knew? Well, and so I would tell people about these. I would tell my friends about these people and just be like, are you kidding me right now? They didn't put one out. They didn't put one out for St. Patrick's Day. And they haven't put one out for Easter. I think these people moved. And thus, I realized that they're my frenemies. Because even though every time I'd see that new holiday come, and I'd see the Cupid or whatever the fuck it was for like Valentine's Day, and I'd be like, dudes, why must you persist in this? Now that it's not there, I realized that I needed them to be my neighborhood decoration nemesis. And now that they're not there, I'm kind of like, wow, I have lost my decoration frenemy. I've lost my decoration inflatable nemesis. It's like, wow, I didn't know. You don't know how much you need someone or something until they're gone. And yeah, so I do not encourage anyone to start putting up inflatable items in their yards to compensate or to give anyone else a decoration frenemy or arch nemesis. But I just had to say that, like, I hope these people are okay. I hope nothing bad happened to them. But sometimes you just don't know. You just don't realize that, like, you know, you're gonna miss things. So I think my time's almost up. Peace out.